Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Coffee and Torchlight because I'm drinking coffee. There's footage of Torchlight, and I'm going to ramble about some shit that went on this week that you guys, I'm sure, are probably aware of, or at least vaguely aware of, because like I don't do like daily news videos like some channels. It's just I don't have time for it. But like this kind of gets me. This I get my Torchlight footage out, and I get to air some things. The first thing I want to vent about is this GameStop thing. I don't know if you guys heard about it. I'm sure you probably have. But apparently GameStop has decided in their infinite fucking wisdom that they're going to close like 120 stores. And I'm going to preface this with GameStop. A lot of people have their grievances with GameStop, but for a lot of people, that's their only option to buy video games. Because I mean, you have WalMarts and Targets and all those other stores that you can buy games at, but their selections are kind of limited. Like if you want a copy of, say, Half-Life 2, the orange box for the Xbox 360, you have basically two options: either GameStop or Amazon. And truth be told, it's probably cheaper on Amazon. But at any rate, you run in the GameStop, look for it, you grab it, you buy it. Now, my main grievance with GameStop is one, I hate the fact that they have to peddle everything when, like, I'm the type of consumer that when I go into a store, I know exactly what I'm there to get. I grab it, I go, I pay for it, I fucking leave. I don't want to be asked if I want to sign up for this or sign up for that, or do you want to pre-order this or pre-order that. I know, like, these poor guys are just doing what they're told they have to do, so it's kind of like the upper management's fault, and it's trickling down. And the turd ball rolls down the hill. And actually, like, I live in a fairly small town, and most of the people at my GameStop I've got to know, and they basically know, like, when to, like, hey, this is coming out, do you want to pre-order it? They know kind of like what I'm into and stuff like that. Now, I haven't been to a GameStop since GTA 5 came out. I bought it a couple weeks after it released. I got talked into it by a friend, and I maybe played 2 hours of it because GTA is not, I don't know, GTA is not my thing. But, and prior to that, I think I might have been there, no, man, when Aliens Colonial Marines came out would have been probably the last time prior to GTA 5 that I was at a GameStop. But here's the thing, like when I buy a game, usually I try to buy it new because I want to support the developer that's making the game. And their trade-in system really pisses me the fuck off because they give you $5 and then they charge $45 for it. I mean, these guys are making like a 75-80% profit on their used game sales, which boggles my mind as to why they would shut down 120 stores, because they're making money hand over fist. I mean, the CEO of GameStop's swimming in a vault full of fucking coins like Scrooge McDuck, for Christ's sakes. But they're going to close these 120 stores so they can open up 200 stores to focus on mobile devices and tablets. Because that's what I think of when I think of GameStop, is an iPhone or an Android phone or a fucking tablet. Like, I don't even own a tablet, to be honest with you. But like, in my town, we have a GameStop, we have a Walmart, we have a Sears, a Kmart, blah, blah, blah. They're kind of spread out, but not really. Actually, the Kmart's the only one that's not in that little circle of stores. But like everybody, I despise going to Walmart. I have a $25 gift card that I've had for 3 months, and I refuse to go up to Walmart to use it because I hate Walmart. It's just something that just sucks the life out of me going to Walmart. And I don't know if my GameStop's one of the ones that's going to close. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. So it may or may not be around when this is all said and done, which sucks because there's some cool dudes that work there. But I think they really got their priorities kind of fucked up. I think if they would have worked on their business model a little bit more and tried not to been so like overzealous with the pre-orders and browbeating people to trade their shit in, they might have turned the gaming public's opinion around on them a little bit. But I mean, for a lot of areas, they're basically reducing their choices down to the Walmart's to Best Buys. I think you can buy a game. Actually, you can buy some really good games at Sears when they do clearances. You can buy, like, fuck, I think I got the first Assassin's Creed for the PlayStation 3 for like $6 at Sears on clearance one time, you know? So, I mean, if you look around, you can find, go to like Cheap Ass Gamer and stuff. Usually they have threads about what's on clearance at Sears. But, and like now, I have Amazon Prime, so usually I use that because if I'm going to shell out the money for a brand new game, I've been following the development of the game, and I know that I'm going to play that game, so I have no problem pre-ordering it. And I'm not going to get into a rant about pre-order bonuses on this video because that's a whole nother. I could probably go on for 20 minutes just about that. But yeah, they're really sticking it to a lot of people, and they're kind of just like flipping the bird to the general gaming public, I guess. Like, we don't matter, and we're gonna try to get a slice of the mobile pie, which good luck with that, guys. Now, the one positive I can see coming out of that is maybe this will help more mom and pop brick and mortar game stores open up in these areas. I would, fuck man, if I had the capital to have my own little nerd HQ in a video game store and sell like shit like the Square Enix Play Arts figures and shit like that, and different other things, because like I got the Ratchet and Clank figures, I got the Bioshock figures, I got old school Dante, I got the Mass Effect stuff. I mean, I got video game figures. I have a bunch of McFarlane shit and NECA figures and stuff. I mean, I collect all that weird crap. But I mean, like I said, if I had the money, if my GameStop closed, you bet your ass I'd open a store as quickly as I could. But I don't, so that's in the Pipe Dreams catalog or category. The other thing, it's kind of treating people shitty and getting screwed on buying something, is this thing with Earth Year 2066. If you're a PC gamer, I'm sure you probably have heard about the furor over this by now. It is a shitty ass, I believe it's a Unity engine game that this developer called Muxwell has put out on Steam for $19.99, and it's terrible. I didn't spend the $19.99 on it, but there's it illustrates what is negative about Steam's Greenlight and some of their early access things, and what some of their practices in general. The game is glitchy and buggy, and really it's just like taking advantage of the situation. Like, these people are paying money for it. Like, the uneducated consumer would probably see this, be like, that looks cool, and buy into their fake ass trailer, spend the $20, download it, and be like, oh, I just got dick, you know? And I'm not going to get into it too deeply here, because really I can't probably sum it up any better than Jim Sterling did in his Jimquisition episode about the game and the situation with Steam and Muxwell and everything. So if you follow me, if you're watching this, just click on my About tab, scroll down. No, actually, it won't be on their YouTube channel till next week. So if you want to watch Sterling's video, just go to the Escapist website. And he basically hits the nail right on the head with it. And it's a shame that in this day and age, and as far as technology and peer-to-peer, like being able to like have reviews and stuff from fans and users and things like that, you think it'd be a good system, but like, this guy's deleting the negative comments and editing negative comments and deleting reviews and having his friends put shit up. I mean, it's just bad. It's bad. And it really puts like a sour taste in people's mouth. I mean, and it doesn't leave a much, like, all these companies are pushing for this digital distribution and shit like that, but how can you get the trust of the consumer for digital distribution to go 100% digital distribution if you have shit like this going on? It's not going to happen. So hopefully this guy gets his game taken down, and these people get their money back. I haven't seen any. I googled real quick before I started this video to see if there was any more news on it, but it's just basically people ranting and raving and tearing this guy a new asshole on the message board for his game. But I'm gonna keep digging, and if there's any more that develops in the story, I'll follow up with it in either a separate video or next week's Coffee and Torchlight. But you know, but it's kind of fucked up the way things work. So I guess the long and short of it is if you're most people that probably watch gaming videos on YouTube or would watch my videos, or other people like the channels that I follow and stuff like that, you guys are probably well educated in your purchases. You know, you're not going to make a blind purchase for a game. So but like, you know, there's a lot of people that aren't, you know, and they're going to get hosed by ass bags like this Muxwell. That's my word of the day, by the way, ass bag. So I guess just buyer beware. You know, look what happened. How many people were hyped for Colonial Marines, and Gearbox is still tasting the sweet, sweet tears of so many disappointed Aliens fans. But also, too, if you're a horror fan, you probably read the announcement that there's going to be a Friday the 13th television series. Not sure how I feel about that. They're, you know, what are they going to run off of? Are they going to run off of what was established in the original, 10 movies? Are they going to go with the Platinum Dunes New Line remake with that had Derek Mears playing Jason? I can't remember who else was in that movie, to be honest with you. That douchebag from Transformers, he was in it. Not Shia LaBeouf, the other douchebag. And I think the next sequel's not a direct sequel to that reboot. It's a reboot in and of itself. So it depends where they're going to go with it. I guess Sean S. Cunningham is involved, and he was the guy, you know, he did the original Friday the 13th, but he also put his stamp of approval on the remake too. So that's a double-edged sword. Huh. But you know, they had a Friday the 13th television series in the late 80s, I think it was. Didn't do so hot because it had nothing to do with Friday the 13th. It didn't have Jason, Crystal Lake, any of that shit. But you know, I mean, if they do it right, and it depends what network it's going to be on. You know, I mean, Hannibal's really pushing the boundaries of what you can show on network television. I mean, there's shit on Hannibal that, like, they showed that, you know, because I watch it on Hulu. I don't have network TV. But you know, I mean, Hannibal's getting away with some pretty graphic stuff. So I guess, but you know, I mean, let's be honest, people. Friday the 13th is about tits, premarital sex, drugs, and getting killed because you've had premarital sex, you're doing drugs, or you're getting drunk at Camp Crystal Lake. You know, that's just how it works. There's not a whole, I don't see how there's enough substance in Friday the 13th to carry on a television series, but we'll see. Also, I guess season 2 of Hemlock Grove is coming out. I'm not sure. Yeah, I watched the first season. I liked it up to a point, and then it just kind of, like, it kept building and building and building, and then when it got to the reveal, it was like they put so much effort into the build-up that once you finally got to the payoff, it was just kind of like, huh? And then, like, in the last episode, they tried to wrap up every loose end in the span of like 20 minutes. So it had potential. Hopefully the second season overcomes the shortfalls of the first season. I'll watch it just to see where they went with a couple of the, like, the one or two plot threads they didn't tie up, and to satiate my curiosity in how it's going to turn out. But that's kind of taken. I'm not as hyped for season 2 as I was for season 1, so we'll see how that's another one. I'm gonna have to wait and see how it turns out. But I did recently check out, if you have Hulu Plus, I highly recommend checking out Deadbeat. It's got the dude that played, you know what, I think I talked about this in another video, but check it out. It's pretty funny. I can't remember the dude's name now. But my only beef with Deadbeat, now that I finished it, because I think I did mention this in another video that I was watching it, but I hadn't finished the season. I finally finished the first season that's on Hulu, and if there's anything in the show I don't like, it's that the woman that plays Chamomile White does such an awesome job at being a total bitch. I fucking hated her to the point that her character almost ruined the show for me because I hated her that much. So kudos to her for playing the role well, I guess. I don't think there's not a whole lot of big gaming revelations this week. I don't think. At least nothing that stood out in my mind that I absolutely, or no gaming controversies, I don't think. I think a lot of the stuff that I saw this week was all stuff that outside of gaming that I'm interested in, like the movies and stuff, and some good music hopefully coming out next week with Machine Head dropping a new album. They put a demo out for the title track, Killers and Kings. I like the song, but the problem Machine Head is having lately that I noticed is they're kind of following the route of Slayer, whereas like basically everything from Through the Ashes of Empires till now has kind of like felt sort of samey. Like Killers and Kings, like I said, I mean it's a good tune, but it could very easily have been on The Blackening or maybe on Through the Ashes. Through the Ashes had a little bit that older Machine Head type of feel to it, and then they kind of went more, I don't know if you want to call it like technical thrash or whatever, on The Blackening. And the album was good. The Blackening was a damn fine album, and Under the Locusts was pretty good. It grew on me. It wasn't, but it didn't like hit me like Through the Ashes did. But hopefully this next album, see where they go with it. And seems like Machine Head usually their first single from an album's like their weakest song on the album sometimes. But we'll see where it goes. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a huge load of gaming news because like I didn't play. I'm not doing the Elder Scrolls Online or anything like that, so there's not a whole lot of gaming stuff that really struck me this week that it's like, oh, that's awesome, you know. Yeah, it looks kind of dead now that I scroll back through some of the things I wanted to discuss. Dark Souls 2 came out on PC. The PC release hit this week. I don't know. I still have Dark Souls 1 that I never played. Not because I didn't want to. I just didn't have time. Oh, yeah. Something else I want to talk about that kind of ruffles my jimmies a little bit. They announced that Ray Fisher has been cast as Cyborg in the Batman and Superman movie. And I'm not going to go on a big tangent about the Batman and Superman movie, but at the same time, why the fuck don't they just get it over with and call it the Justice League? Because that's what it's turning into. Just call it Justice League. It's not Batman versus Superman anymore. It's the Justice League. And yeah, that does look to be about it. There's not a whole lot. That's kind of weird. Not a whole lot of gaming stuff going on. I mean, there's gaming stuff going on, but just nothing that's like in my mind that I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, that's about it. So, I guess, man, I ran out of steam pretty quick there. That sucks. Huh. Oh well. Channel related stuff. I started playing Trine, so I might I'm gonna be uploading some Trine videos next week, I think. Basically finished up Diablo. I'm just like doing loot and stuff like that. If I do anything awesome, I'll do like some highlight videos or something. Kicking around doing a hardcore playthrough. I might do like highlights from that, but I ain't gonna record and upload the whole playthrough. Like if I do something substantially awesome during the course of the run, I'll save it and upload it. But other than that, same old, same old. Alright. Also, just finally occurred to me that Spider-Man's coming out. And I want to go see the neighbors. And they're making a gem movie. I don't understand that. But alright. Yeah. Alright guys, I ran out, like I said, I ran out of steam here, so we're going to wrap this up. And like always, I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye guys.